I'm Supermoon Tarot, and in today's video, we're going over October predictions. That means love, money, spirituality, anything in between, whatever pops up. And so I got some very October-y looking tarot cards to fit the occasion, and this got me thinking. So I was talking to my spirit guide about this, and they confirmed and told me some interesting information I thought I'd share with you guys. So it is commonly believed that during the October month, the veil is the thinnest. Well, this is in fact true, but it's for a reason. Now, if you've seen my most recent spiritual talking video where I talk about spiritual upgrades, you'll know that the spirit realm has a lot more rhyme and reason and like method to the madness to everything. There's equations and a lot of logic behind things that we might not have all the information yet, but there are reasons as to why things happen. So the sort of cycle of the veil getting thinner and then building back up and then getting thin again is a mathematical sort of evening out that happens every year. And the reason why this is, well, I wouldn't say the reason, but one of the effects for this is when the veil gets thinnest, this not enables spirits to come out, but successfully cross over easier. So for anybody who's kind of like lost and doesn't know how to get over, this would be a good time for them to find it. So this doesn't mean that there's more spirits that you're feeling. You are in fact just sensing what's already there because the veil is thinner, so you're like more aware of the energies and everything like that. So I thought you would think that, guys, that's interesting. Now back to our card selection. We have group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you a moment to pick the group that you resonate with most. Now that you have, you can go down to the description where you can go to your designated group with its marked timestamp. Now let's get started with group number 1. Group number 1, let's look at October predictions by looking at the cards. Your oracle card for the month is, okay, I'm most likely going to pronounce this wrong, Pachamama, which is basically just like Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you believe in. So let's look at the cards. I'm actually going to be laying out all the cards for this month. So this is money. This is love. And this is spirituality. Let me look at everything, get all organized, see what's going on here, because yeah, these are all heavily related to each other. Okay. Just looking at all this while I'm getting it all neat looking. Okay. Sorry for if you can hear banging in the background. I have no idea what my neighbor is doing. They've set up a wood shop or something. Anyways, so, okay, this is going to be initially a little difficult to hear, but please keep an open heart and an open mind because we're going to be talking about some of the wonderful things you will ultimately be overcoming this month. But it's important to hear it so that it doesn't happen and that you don't have to go through an unnecessary lesson. Fun fact, in life, when we're going through something that we don't necessarily want to go through, the quicker we understand whatever it is we were meant to understand or learn about the situation, the quicker it goes away. So it's best to kind of face these head on, and in this situation, I'm happy to say we're doing it through a really chill tarot reading, and then when these moments pop up, they won't even be an issue. They won't even be something that affects you. So yay! Love that. So first, let's start off with the theme of the earth. I'm just going to simply call her Mother Earth. Now, the main sort of vibe behind this oracle card is two things, and my spirit guide said two main things that are important. One, it's the idea of Mother Earth and how she loves all her babies. This includes anything from the trees to the rocks and the leaves, and she basically takes care of them, makes sure everything is okay. And this is sort of the analogy that everything's okay with you. You're going to be protected, you're going to be taken care of, that it's time to kind of of relax and stop kind of overstressing yourself out, and sort of just, it's described as stop suffering and accept what she has to offer and allow yourself to enjoy that. The other thing this is about October's a fantastic month for you to take care of your body. Now, I want to be clear, we're very positive on this channel about this, so this is no judgment towards your current situation or you need to define yourself by any sort of particularities. It's more just like, go enjoy the fall season. Go for a walk. Maybe you want to try doing a chill yoga video at home on YouTube. Just like have a great time. Let it be fun, relaxing. Maybe instead of picking something like a fun slushy or something like that, try a smoothie. Find fun ways to do something that will pep you up. It's not about a goal or reaching it. It's just about realizing that, like Mother Earth is taking care of, the environment and herself and her babies, as it's described in the Oracle card, you are, in fact, your own Mother Earth to your own body, and you love yourself. Show love to yourself, but anything that involves like a criticism or being like, I have to reach this goal, or I'm not good enough unless that's not loving yourself. This is meant to be fun and a nice way to reconnect to who you are. And you are, in fact, an infinite soul in a vessel. Enjoy your vessel. It's a good enjoyment time during this month. I love October. October for me is like the best time to go for walks. Anyway, going forward, we have money. Now, money is interesting in this case. Normally I can get really specific about like if it's more or less. This is more of a mindset to overcome, and that seems to be a theme for a lot of the situations here. So in the Temperance card in reverse, I'm being told by my spirit guide, there's going to be this feeling where you think that you have to take on many roles in order to earn the kind of money you want to earn. You're going to feel like you have to take care of it here, take care of it there. Maybe you're feeling divided because you have many roles to play in your lifetime. Many people who enjoy this channel might potentially have like, a family, and then they have to work at home. And there's a lot of things you have to take on in multiple departments in life. And often the thought is, if I had more money, this would take care of it, so on and so forth. Now, I'm being told that doesn't mean you're needing to work hard because you're making less money. It is a mindset you're taking on that you don't need to do anymore. That gets confirmed here with our Oracle card, and this gets confirmed over here, I'm happy to say, with the Death card in reverse. So again, like we talked about with the Oracle card, this is Mother Earth saying, I got you. There is no need to think that you need to be the person in control of all of this. I will protect you. I will make sure everything's okay. It's like Mother Earth saying this. It's time to sort of relinquish control and build more trust. My spirit guide says that you need to practice this month a lot of like, something I'm being shown a lot by them is this feeling of like, if you're in the workplace and somebody's kind of giving you issues, or you feel like you have to sort of manhandle a bunch of things, it's due to the influence of other coworkers, this would be a good time to take a breath, go to the bathroom, relax and be like, whatever happens, happens, but I know that I don't have to take care of this for it to work out for me in the end. I trust in the process. I'm relaxed. I'm going to let people's negativity or whatever they're throwing at me roll off my back. And I'm being told by my spirit guide, if you just kind of not give it attention for maybe one or two comments or whatever, it's going to quickly die out, and you're going to realize it is all being taken care of. But the more you're sort of interacting with it in this kind of way, the more you're feeding it. So again, this is more of an energy thing you're feeling and putting out and returning kind of thing. You're feeling the vibes of other people. You think you need to return it, and it's not making the situation better at all. And relinquishing it doesn't make it worse. So why not go towards the more comfortable situation? Over here in this card being reversed, it seems that this is an issue you've dealt with a lot. This is something you regularly have had to deal with many other times in your life. Maybe this is something that you've carried on month after month. It seems like you're due for a big dramatic metamorphosis. This card's really special. It basically says, guess what? Whether you like it or not, you are going through a transformative experience, and now is the time to be someone who trusts in the world, knows everything's going to work out for them, and doesn't feel they have to have a hand in every single, what is the metaphor? Jar? Bowl? You know what I'm saying. you're allowed to have an easier life and have the benefits also with that. When it's in reverse, it shows that it's something you kind of keep returning to. It's like a lesson you're sort of resisting. But remember, if you just take that process in that moment to relax, pull away, if you feel like a lot is being asked of you, you're just returning energy being thrown at you. Stop that energy, breathe, and go, you're going to have to take care of yourself. Or maybe you're like, I understand that that's an issue for you, but that's not my responsibility. Or you figure it out. I'm wishing you the best, but I gotta go. I don't need to take care of this. This is just not my immediate concern or responsibility. You see what I'm saying here? So this will get easier for you, but there is the temptation to give in to this. Just remember this and it will work out a lot better, and you'll have this beautiful transformative experience where you'll feel a lot of relief. And I'll just say this, with relief comes an immense amount of money flow because there's no more resistance. Your mindset is everything's easy, so money comes to you easier. I'm just saying, just some context. Now, the love one's kind of interesting. It's a little dark initially, but don't worry, it does get more positive by the time we get to the spirituality movement. Like I said, it's a bit of a rough month sounding, but it is ultimately very positive and transformative. So, for people who are currently single, this card is all about the idea of going out of your comfort zone and leaving your space and going to be social. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you're still in the best, like, emotional state to really find that connection, attract that right person, but you're basically being suggested that in order to overcome this, you need to go out and sort of practice being with other people, flirting, stuff like that, in order to sort of get yourself over this hump. It would be best to go into the mindset of this month of being like, listen, I'm not going to meet the love of my life, but I am going to feel better. I'm going to not realize that this is something I have to be so afraid of. I'm actually a lot more awesome than I'm giving myself credit for. You get the gist. Now, for romantic people, this is something, I asked my spirit guide, I'm like, are you sure? And they said, yeah. For some of you, it is about someone, and I feel like this would not be something of a shocker. This would be maybe a pattern in the relationship. Somebody who maybe ghosts you or goes away from you for a period of time and then, comes back. You get what I'm saying? Well, it does seem like they will be returning, but it doesn't seem like they are in the best mindset. And when they're returning from you, it's kind of like energy they're trying to project. And you don't really need to deal with that. That sort of ultimate decision of what you want to choose is up to you. But again, notice the pattern here. Everything seems to be pointing towards a life lesson of like, what do I deserve? When can I stop the cycle? Because I can. And how can I build more trust in knowing that I'm being taken care of? And if I just say no to the right things and relax and let things happen and flow towards me, it will all work itself out. So, it's that repeated kind of pattern vibe going on here. Now, over here with spirituality, I love this for you. I consider this an incredibly positive thing. So again, it goes perfectly in alignment with the Mother Earth card and over here with the Temperance card in reverse. But when we have a Four of Swords in reverse situation, this is when this indicates to me that you have been busy for a while and overworked for a while. And this is sort of the warning card of like, you better get your stuff together. And if you don't take a break and give yourself that relief you need, the universe is going to make you do it. And sometimes this is not, it's not as convenient for you. You'd rather take a break the way you would like to is the best way I can put it. So over the month of October, you're going to really find a lot more time to relax. And we know that you will because you're going to be kind of relieving yourself of a bunch of responsibilities, not feeding into people's fear anymore or the stress they're trying to put on you. You're going to be saying no more often and just having some time to think to yourself. Maybe it's during the walks we spoke about. So you're going to be taking a lot of breaks, and this room to breathe and re-energize is going to be the key to our Six of Swords moment. I love this. This implies that yes, you've been through some rough stuff. And we talked about some rough issues that you're going to successfully overcome this month. But it is the confirmation, as we know with the Mother Earth card, that yeah, everything is going to be totally okay. You're going to do great. I'm very happy for you. And I'm just happy to say that what starts off as maybe not the best news, because when we're in a certain place, we want to hear things like, oh, I'm going to win the lottery, I'm going to meet the love of my life. You want everything to be rosy and amazing. But that doesn't mean it can't get there. It's just what we think we want isn't necessarily what we need. So I couldn't be more excited for you, because this is an extremely transformative month. And often when we feel like our best self and we finally can breathe and feel like we're more in control, the byproduct of this is more money. The byproduct of this is the right kind of love flowing your way, both for yourself and with other people. This feels like more of a connection to yourself. In general, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for you. So please let me know in the comments below, how are you going to love yourself this month and take care of yourself physically? I would absolutely love to know, and always appreciate suggestions in the comments. Anyways, if you also enjoyed this, please consider giving it a like and a subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I am wishing you the best. I will see you in the next one, and let's get ready for group number 2. Group number 2. Let's find out your October predictions by looking at the cards. We've got the Oracle card, the Owl. Beautiful. Then we have, I'm going to be laying out all the cards for the month. So this is money. This is love. And this is spirituality. And just for artistic flavor, I'm going to go like this. Okay. What's going on here? Let me look at everything. My spirit guide's telling me some stuff. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Oh my. The owl is the most perfect thesis for the theme going on here. Whoa. Wow, this is wild. Okay, so first off, what I'm about to say via the Owl card is not the theme, and then we're going to go into the theme. So for a chunk of you, there is an issue I can see with an entity, and I'm happy to report they will be going away this month. Let me just ask my spirit guide real quickly if there's anything you need to specifically seek out to do in order to receive it. Okay, so for some of you, you will need to go seek out whatever it is to get rid of it. I can actually do a whole video talking about how to get rid of it. Actually, I should do that. That's a good idea for October. So I can talk about that. Maybe it's watching that video. But if you feel just like called to something to go, purchase a particular crystal, or you see something in particular you should pick up, definitely follow that inspiration. And for others, it's just going to naturally go away on its own. You just follow your heart and it will all work out in the end. But I'm happy to report that. So if that's been an issue, there's sort of been like a vibe in your space, that's going to be going away. So that's awesome. Now on to the thesis. This talks about being very insightful and wise, being able to see in the dark. And specifically, my spirit guide says, you will be seeking out the truth. I think this is very interesting how they used this turn of phrase, because I said, they'll find the truth. There'll be moments where they'll come across people who are lying or not being honest, and they'll find the truth. And they said, no, they will seek it out. And you always have to pay attention to that underlying concept of why do you need to seek it out? This goes back to my psychic video I was talking about yesterday in that pick a card. You have to start asking yourself, why am I someone that needs to find the truth? Why am I looking for it? Everyone cares about receiving it and getting the most, honest answer they can get. But why am I looking for the liars to then identify what the real truth is? That's just something to ask yourself and consider. Now going on to money. Money is an interesting one. It's career-oriented in this case. So I'm specifically talking to people who are just not loving their job. It seems like it's unhappiness in all fronts. Let me just ask my spirit guide a question real quickly. Okay, no. So I was just double checking if anybody likes their job and if it would go sour this month. Nope, not the case. This is where people are just like, I'm just not vibing with this place anymore. It's just not my thing. Well, the main reason why you feel that way is you are picking up in the Page of Cups in reverse the insincerity of the people around you. Page of Cups in reverse is all about insincere affection. You can feel the fakeness. It's just not your place anymore. And it's almost like forcing it, like, oh yeah, we get along, everything's fine. And you're like, I know you're lying to me. Again, we talk about that truth and that vibe. Now, the main thing going on here that my spirit guide suggests is very much like the bunny over here, being able to develop the ability to find the fun and enthusiasm and joy you can find in your current job place. Because once you can do that, you won't pick up other people's insincere affection. It just won't be an issue for you. It'll make your workspace a lot better and easier. And let's be real, whenever we enjoy our job, it turns around the rest of our life in a major way. And that includes when we don't like it. So that's important to consider that. For others who are like, I don't know if I can do that. I just do not feel inspired, or I don't have the time or the type of attention that is being asked of me. It doesn't leave me room to have that creative sort of mind space to get into that head space. Well, my spirit guide says for that circumstance, you really want to say to yourself, okay, so it's important to me that something that makes me love a job is when people genuinely get along with each other, when there is that genuine like flow with one another, and that you should look for a new job and seek out that sort of engagement that you can find in others in a new place. Because now when you go to find what you want in life and you love, you now know that's important to me. I need that to really enjoy my workspace. Going on, we have love. Love is sort of, I don't know how to put this any other way, like super ominous, but in a cool way. What I mean by that is, here you are represented by the Magician card. And the energy that my spirit guide is showing me is very much like the Magician card, where it's like, yes, the power. Like you are just your fullest, best self due to an unusual circumstance. So let me elaborate. It appears there is a secret that a romantic partner is keeping from you, and they're doing their best not to share it. But I am told by my spirit guide that, you will find it out. You will figure it out, and you will then gain that knowledge or that truth you were looking for. But there will be resistance. It's not like they're going to get like, they're not going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to share it to you now. Nope, they're trying to act like it's not even there, and you will see it. Now, the thing that's interesting about this, and this is why I was laughing about the sort of ominous vibe behind it, is the Magician card is somebody who has great power because they are fully in control of every single element. And every element is represented by emotions, our belief system, our energies, our mind. And when you kind of have like a handle on all of those things, you're unstoppable in sort of your maturity, your wisdom, your capabilities. You really have sort of a capability unlike many others, which is beautiful. And often to get to the magician, we just kind of have a few little sort of things to iron out and understand and fathom. And it seems like your ability to identify insincere emotions, insincere truths, and things like that is a part of you gaining this magical ability. And I want to be perfectly clear. Wow, that is a loud plane. Sorry about that. The magician, I want to be perfectly clear, is someone who is a master manifester. They are incredibly good at attracting the love of their life. People genuinely really want to know what they have to offer, and so it gives them more opportunities and connections. And well, it's just a great way to build anything. So I'm very happy for you in that regard, but the ending, you'll have to tell me how it all works out, because not all truths are necessarily solely bad or solely good. Now, moving on to spirituality, when we talk about truths and understanding things, there's so much positivity, I'm happy to say. Something that is going to be sort of the fuel to your inner fire for life is the connections you're going to have over here in the Three of Cups. So I'm being told by my spirit guide, you're going to be hanging out with a group of people. I am being told it will be a small group, and is it solely or a vast majority? Oh, wow. Okay. Solely. I don't usually hear that from my spirit guide. It will be a small group of women, and just basically friends. You're going to be basically, this could be anybody from you reconnect or maybe people you regularly hang out with, but there's just this wonderful, beautiful connection going on with you guys this month. And with the Two of Cups being here, and what I'm being told about the Three of Cups as well from my spirit guide, is there is going to be a lot of truth sharing. A lot of truth sharing to the point that you're able to talk about some maybe dark subjects that, you normally are embarrassed to share with other people, and you all seem to bond and really support one another, and it's a lot of equal exchange of love and energy and emotions, and it's just a really good time overall. It's going to be something that will make you excited and happy and looking forward to all the time you're hanging out, because there will be quite a lot of hanging out. It's sometimes we go through those time periods where we really just click with someone, we're talking to them every day or hanging out with them every day, and this will definitely be the case for the group of you. So I'm very excited. I think that's super cute. So overall, you are going to be appropriately for October, the Magician by the end of the month. I absolutely love this, and I'm so interested that the way you're getting there is through all this sort of truth identifying, truth sharing. That's just a big thing for you. I want to also point out the importance behind the owl, that they are not only able to see the truth in the light of day, but they even see it better in the dark. The dark can represent anything from the unknown to our shadow self, and our shadow self are emotions we sometimes feel ashamed of, like jealousy or embarrassment. Anything is like, it's like a reaction that we later look back and we're like, oh, I wish I wasn't angry, so on and so forth. But when you see those states, or you're in those states, and you're able to identify that truth, well, there's something magical happening there. That means you're sort of like unstoppable no matter the circumstance. And it's also important to understand the metaphor here that there is something of value no matter the circumstance. So your versatility that you're gaining through collecting this wisdom and experiencing this wisdom through the different, both good and bad, well, I see that relatively, maybe comfortable and uncomfortable circumstances, is very much like the Magician. They too are very versatile. So I'm excited for you. It's a very cool month for you. Please let me know in the comments below, how are you going to harness your inner magician? What are the other things you feel like you have locked down? Do you feel like you're really in control of your emotions? You're really in control of your mind? What do you already got mastered? And please, if you like this video, consider giving it a like, a subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am wishing you the best. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And let's get ready for group number 3. Group number 3, let's find out your October predictions by looking at the cards. Your oracle card is the Mystical Shaman. Ooh, I love this one. I'm going to be laying out all the cards. This is love. This is money. Money, love, and spirituality. Okay, so for artistic, aesthetic looking reasons, I'm going to put the cards like this and just give me a moment to look at everything. I can already hear my spirit guides speaking. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay. So the Mystical Shaman, the way my spirit guide asked me to pull these cards is they said they wanted the oracle card to be sort of the vibe of the month. And this card is a really nuanced, beautiful concept that I don't feel like most of us consider could potentially be an issue that we need to overcome, and that I would say a vast majority of us deal with. So The mystical shaman lives between the veil. They are never truly being defined by a story. They're more observing it, interpreting it. They even have the ability to create it. Creating it is very important to understand. But along with those nuances, and we're going to expand upon them as we go through the rest of these cards, an important thing to understand about the Oracle card is that it's about understanding that you don't need to explain yourself to others, nor do you even need to explain yourself to yourself. It is a true, abstract, yet valid way of becoming free and sort of rewriting your story, living between the veils, no longer being defined by the past, nor what you or even others think you need to become. It is just finally being free in a way you didn't even know you were imprisoned, is the best way I can put it. Now, going on from that, let's talk about money. I love that concept, by the way. That's so beautiful. I love that. That concept actually gets expounded upon over here. So over here in the Five of Wands in reverse, I do see that money is going to be flowing to you way easier this month. The struggle is finally done. You've sort of tired yourself out, and potentially maybe the sort of resistance you've felt with others, or maybe energy with money, whatever, you're just tired of it. You realize there's no way of making your point really stick, and nor does it feel like the other opposing energy or vibe you're feeling is going away. So you're walking away, you're done with it, you're not interacting with that idea anymore, or that person, or whenever, let's say you're very obsessive about money and you're just letting it go, you're just not thinking about it anymore. And therefore money becomes more flowing to you. And that even gets built upon even more over here with the Six of Wands in reverse. You finally stop looking for validation from other people, and you start to find it within yourself for yourself. So like I said, you're no longer thinking, well, people expect me to get a promotion by this time, or I should be living a certain life so that when Thanksgiving comes and I see everybody else, I should be able to, tell everyone what I've accomplished. You finally let that go, and you're like, you know what? In this moment, what do I find successful? What do I find important? And it can be for the small stuff. It doesn't have, don't you often find that when we pull back and we become more meditative about our life, we no longer, it's okay to dream for the big stuff, but don't you find to the day-to-day, you're just excited for the small accomplishments? That is where you tune into, and there's just a general spike in happiness and sense of accomplishment you feel on your own over this month. But in turn of just generally feeling good, it opens you up for a lot more money. So we love that. This can be coming to you in a variety of ways. You don't really need to worry about the details or do anything to make it happen. It's just going to kind of fall into your lap. So you don't need to worry about the details. Just know that you're going to be receiving more this month, which we love, and it's going to feel a lot easier. Going forward with love. I love this. So for people who are single, you've been bored for a while. You've been bored maybe being single. Maybe the biggest one I'm hearing from my spirit guide is your past people you've been with. You're tired of the same, maybe the same type of person you dated, maybe the same pattern of disappointment you felt from previous partners. Either way, you're done with it. But that boredom is an empowering thing. It is the sort of motivation within you that says, I no longer want to settle for this. I'm done with it. So the universe hears you, and the universe goes, okay, we're literally going to be ending that. We're getting rid of that. It's not going to be an issue anymore. You're going to be experiencing people that aren't normally your type in a good way. And there's going to be some more excitement coming your way. There will be prospects, I'm being told, popping up for you, for people who are single and trying to meet somebody. There will be prospects that will be popping up. Just understand that they are definitely not going to be your usual type. Go into it. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be new. And it's that very much that idea where it's like you start dating someone, you're like, wow, I never even knew this could make me happy, and that this is what I really wanted all along, but I'm pure bliss. You know what I mean? It's very much that vibe. It's with this card popping up, it is a very transformative concept. it's one of those things where it's like these people that have no longer fulfilled you, they're going away forever, which I love. So then going on, for people who are in a relationship, there has been some issues, repeating issues. It's been annoying. You wish your partner would overcome them. You're getting tired of it. Think of this as sort of like your day-to-day, like, I'm trying to pick, I don't mean to, make too much of a generalized statement, but like, let's say they never put away the dishes and you want them to put away the dishes, or maybe you wish they would not always leave their jacket on the couch or something when they come over to meet you. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of things that annoy you, and you've told them repeatedly. Guess what? Those issues are going to be ending too. Same concept. It's been ignited from the boredom. Weirdly, the boredom helped trigger this positive event, and it's not going to be an issue anymore, and we love that. That will definitely make the relationship a lot better when you don't feel like you're put in a position to ask them over and over again the same thing that they weren't before fully listening to and acknowledging. Spirituality, love this over here. So you might have felt stunted for a while. With the Two of Wands in reverse, this is when you feel like you've been trying to work towards something, build something, but you never quite take the step forward. Maybe you're over planning as a sort of an excuse to be like, oh, I got to get it right. But it's like, are you, or are you kind of forcing yourself to be stagnant? The interesting choice of words here is forcing yourself to be stagnant. You are preventing yourself from moving forward. Now, spirituality can be anything from just general self-improvement, how we acknowledge ourselves and the world, but it can be straight up, more the traditional way people view spirituality with like the veil and things like that, like I like to talk about. And that stagnation was waiting for you to find something that you were truly inspired by. Because guess what? Your passion gets reignited this month. You just suddenly feel yourself drawn to the subject again. You feel like yourself trying new methods and ways and practices that get you excited about who you are. Realizing everything else like money and love is like an additional benefit to the joy of being truly connected to yourself and the universe. Again, this can be anything from talking to your spirit guides, or maybe you just want to take care of yourself better. Remember, spirituality is much wider than people fully realize. So I love this for you. It's a pretty darn good month. But the big thing I want you to pay attention to is right over here in the mystical shaman. Remember, you don't need to explain yourself to others, and you don't need to explain yourself to yourself. Let that awkwardness just hang in the air. Let it stick. Let it go away. It will pass. And then you will feel free, because that then gives the next moment an opportunity for you to then express whatever you want. You're totally free, each moment to moment, which is beautiful. I mean, you're going to be free in this way. Man, freedom is really like the name of the game here. Freedom, I feel like when you're flowing in a new spirituality, it's a new path, it's a new way of approaching it, so that it could go anywhere. You have a lot of freedom what you choose. You have freedom within yourself to not be judged by others and allow money more in your way. And now that no longer the same things that when repeating issues kind of pop up in this boring, stagnant way, whether it be a personality you keep dating or issues in the relationship, it makes you feel stuck and pinned down. Well, those pins are been lifted. So I'm excited for this big positive chapter in your life. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps out like you would not believe. I am wishing you the best. I will see you in the next one. And let me, although we're ready, get ready for group number 4. Woo! Group number 4. Let's look at your October predictions by looking at the cards. We've got, ooh, I didn't even see this. I just saw the moons. Very much appropriate for me. But we have got the moon for your oracle card. Your remaining cards, I'm going to be laying them all out, is here's your money. Here is your love. And here is your spirituality. And for artistic and aesthetic, I'm going to put the cards like this. And just give me one moment to look at everything. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love this for you. Okay, the moon is just so appropriate about this. So, two main things I want to focus on the moon here for, because the way my spirit guide explained it is they wanted these cards to be sort of the theme of the month, so to speak. The two main themes I want to point out are the moon often relates to the idea of like intuition, psychicness, mysticism, very appropriate with the Five of Pentacles going on here. And we're not actually going to pay attention to the traditional meaning. We're going to be going over what my spirit guide says it means. But before we get to that, I'm trying to read this chronologically so I don't get confused. But often the moon actually relates to this idea that there's like this mystery. You can kind of like feel it. And this mystery, you know it's right there on the surface. You can't quite figure it out, but it's the anticipation that you will, which is really beautiful. The second thing the moon talks about is the idea of the cycle of the moon, as you can see right here. And the idea that, yes, there are time periods when you don't see the moon in the sky or it seems like it's going away, but then it always comes back. It's this idea that even when there's periods of emptiness, there's always periods of flourishment. Very appropriate over here with the Wheel of Fortune. And that idea of coming from emptiness and then having that flourishing, more fuller state, I'm very happy to say that we're heading more in that direction for you this month for October. So first, let's start with money. I could not be happier than to say that money's coming your way. It is just a Wheel of Fortune type of situation. This can straight up talk about the idea of luck, that you don't really need to do anything. Things are just going to be working out for you. I want your mantra this month to be, everything works out for me, best case scenario. Try not to think about it too deeply. Don't try to fixate on it. And you're just going to notice constant ways money is flowing towards you. The main thing, though, that I see it happening, I wanted to say this before I get to the next part. The reason why I thought Wheel of Fortune was so appropriate is the Wheel of Fortune card also talks about the idea of cycles, that sometimes it goes up, it goes down, then it goes up, it goes down. It's just a natural flow. That's why when the Wheel of Fortune card is in reverse, it's saying, hey, it might not be the best right now, but don't worry, it will always change back in your favor, that type of concept. I'm happy to say it's upright, but it just talks about the idea of similarities between the cycles and the confirming ideas, same concept of ideas if you read cards and you're interested in that. Anyways, going on with the Four of Wands upright. This talks about the money being specifically associated with the home. I'm being told by my spirit guide, for some of you, it can be something like a rent-oriented thing, like this will directly help you financially in that kind of way. Maybe you need to pay off something really big with the home. In that case, this is going to be very beneficial in that regard. And for others, it's this just random inspiration to do something cute and decorative with, whether this be a small part of your home, your room, whatever that may be. You just want to kind of go out and get some fake garland and Christmas lights and have a good old time and make it look cute. And that extra money will be coming your way, and so will the inspiration, which is really beautiful. You're going to be feeling really happy and secure because this is sort of a subtext of this meaning. Our home, whether that be internally within us, but often it is also additionally represented in the space we congregate most, is very important to us. That is the place where we replenish, we feel our safest, we can build up creative ideas, so on and so forth. So if we can have that either saved or supported or added an additional space where it feels more, or like add to it to feel inspiring, well then we in turn also flourish. So I love that for you. So it's an extra positive thing coming your way. Now for love. Love is very interesting. We're actually not reading this in the traditional way with the Judgment card. My spirit guide keeps talking about the idea that this is the Ace of Pentacles, and this referring to this idea of like planting a seed, and that seed is an idea, a concept, a belief system that is going to be you basically make your own seed, then you plant it, and then you enjoy the benefits in the long run. And that continues over here with the Judgment card. I'm being told you and your partner will be kind of coming up with it. It's very emotional based, but you're both going to be like, okay, this is what we want going forward. This is how we're going to communicate. This is how we want to feel. This is how we want to connect. And remember, emotions are usually heavily tied to romance, but whatever this may be, it is something that is agreed upon between the two of you, and you both get on the same page and sort of whatever conversation happens, it's like planting the seed. And that means that this month is just the beginning of additional emotional closeness. It will be a very emotionally gratifying, relieving, feeling very close to your partner month, which is really beautiful, and I love that. And I asked about single people, and single people will not be meeting anyone in particular this month, but that's okay, because you too will be going through the same process of, with this free time and being home, you're going to be like, okay, what do I find really important going forward? And setting down these motions are basically, consider when it blooms and you have your flower, so to speak, pop up. This flower will be the other partner that potentially is growing. You're sort of putting out in the world, how do I want to be treated? What do I find of value? And it seems like it's very emotional based. Again, I want to repeat. Now, last, finally, spirituality. Spirituality is really beautiful in this case. I love this so much. So the number 5, again, we're not talking about 5 of Pentacles in the traditional state. I'm going to be talking about some knowledge I've gained recently from going back and forth to the Akashic Records for a secret project. And this Akashic Record, in the Akashic Records, one of the meanings of the number 5 is this idea of burgeoning out of curiosity. Oh, I just realized something with the home. Oh, I love this. Oh, I just realized the whole metaphor going here. I love this. Okay, so in the Akashic Records, number 4 talks about the idea of structure and this concept that this is sort of like the baseline needs, baseline understanding things, feeling comfortable, what we can accept. And it is described through the structure of like a home and the number 4. And number 5 is sort of the peeking out of it, the roof, the pushing out of this, looking outside of the box, and the beginning of curiosity to question, is there something more than this? Can I think, I don't mean to be redundant, but outside of the box? Is there a question I haven't considered even asking before? It is extremely spiritual, again, not to be redundant, but to go beyond the traditional question and curiosity is going to be a theme for you this month. So I am very excited for you. Not to like self-promo or anything like that, but if you're interested in these topics, I have a bunch of spiritual talking videos. I did spiritual upgrades. I talked about angels, Akashic Records. It's just the beginning of what I'm going to be producing and continuing to put out there regularly. So if you would like to get started with some of that curiosity, feel free to follow that. But spirituality is about anything from that to self-improvement. So sometimes thinking outside of the box is asking yourself, so let's say you want to get healthy physically. You would say to yourself, maybe I don't have to view it the way everyone else says I have to. I don't have to think about carbs. I don't have to think about calories. What if I think about how happy I am doing the thing I'm doing? And maybe that gives me less stress. And maybe if I believe it's easy, then it is easy. And then I realize a whole different way that my philosophy also positively affects the outcome too. There's a lot of that going on, which I really love. Now, the important thing to understand here in the Queen of Pentacles is there's this vibe of like, man, nothing's going on. Should I be going anywhere? Should I be doing something? The Queen of Pentacles might seem stagnant, but she is sort of anticipating and waiting. She is a powerful being. She is very capable. She's very educated, skilled in what she does. But when she's in reverse, she's kind of chilling out, waiting. But that doesn't mean she's not at home making stuff and creating stuff. So expect to be dormant, but as you're dormant, curious, you're working on yourself, you're working on these concepts and things, you're sort of building up this energy and momentum that once this card turns back upright, boom, you can do a lot with it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm excited for you. It's going to be a really cool, inventive, inspiring month for you. And I just think that's the bee's knees. And I love that. Like I said, with the moon card representing anticipation, inspiration, and that kind of concept going on. And yeah, so please let me know in the description below. Feel free to put in comments and let me know how are you kind of working out that creativity and such. I am wishing you the best. Please feel free to give the video also a like, a subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.